Have you ever heard of the philosophy, let them? You may have someone in your life or a group of people who um, are acting some kind of way, or you are emotionally responding to their actions or behaviors in some kind of way. It's important to acknowledge and to validate ourselves while at the same time rooting and grounding back into a sense of warmth and remembrance that it is all a narrative at the end of the day. And whatever is meant for you will come to you and will stay. You don't have to overanalyze or overthink anything or overcomplicate it. It's really hard to let go sometimes, but that difficulty, in my opinion, only comes from that sense of forgetfulness. There is no separation, there is no loss. Whatever you might be going through, you have learned something, whether it's big or small, or a couple of big or small things in this situation. You showed up in the absolute best way that you could. And I'm feeling emotions. You might be feeling emotions too. It's hard to go at something with what you believe is a certain level of understanding, tenacity, compassion, and you do not get the same energy in return. And there might be multiple reasons for that, right? Um, it's a two-way street when it comes to relationships specifically, and situations that you find yourself in where you are engaging with a group of people, an institution, or some kind of environment. But the whole let them philosophy kind of releases that tendency and that mechanism of overextension and perhaps people who have people pleasing tendencies or can fall into a fawn response. Um, it can disrupt the mechanism in people like that, especially of like not taking accountability away from other people and responsibility away from other people, because you can only do so much. You can only communicate and show up in the way that you can in any given moment. And so I just wanted to come on here and just share some heart musings. There's a lot of dread in my chest, a lot of, there just seems like a lack of justice, you know? And again, if you are also feeling this, maybe you feel that way too. Maybe with whatever situation you're dealing with, you're like, geez, what the heck? Like, there is a lack of justice. There is this or that. But I want to challenge you to not run away with the narrative, not run away with the he said, she said, he did, she did. It's hard. It's really hard. It's very emotional sometimes. But I think being able to go out into the world with what I have identified energetically as grounded warmth, a way that shows compassion but doesn't abandon or disrespect yourself. Being able to release the narratives and see the higher perspective while also maintaining a sense of respectful distance or boundaries with whatever situation you're dealing with, the stressful situation. And to see that everybody is trying their best at the end of the day, even that situation or those people that are, you know, contributing a certain kind of energy into the dynamic. into the experience or the environment. And once we remember on top of that, that we are all one, there is no separation, there is no lack, there's no loss, you can walk away from anything and anyone with what you've learned, those lessons about how you approach relationships, how you approach certain environments, maybe even cycles or patterns within yourself that you were able to disrupt and let go of forever because of this thing. And that's amazing. There's that concept too of upregulating. So once you have sat with the emotions, the very raw humanness that we are, when it comes to this situation that you might be dealing with, or the person, or whatever, being able to sit and then to not teeter into rumination territory, to give yourself any sense of warmth or softness that you might need, and say, hey, instead of feeling so here, not instead of moving out, like seeing what the opposite of what that emotion was. So for me, for example, if I feel regret, I can feel gratitude instead. I can upregulate that. So I sit with the regret. I feel the regret. I like whatever I am called to express, crying or pushing a wall, punching a pillow, screaming into a pillow, going for a run, whatever somatic release practices resonate with you most. Do that with that emotion in your body, in your heart, in your mind. And then being able to, like I said, to recognize when it feels complete, when it feels like it was given the acknowledgement and the space that it was deserving of, and what it was calling you to give it. And then, like I said, if it's regret, you can shift from there into gratitude. If it is fear, you can shift into bravery. If it is sadness, you can shift into happiness. Seeing what pieces of the situation can, to like further strengthen that, seeing what aspects of that situation can affirm that upregulated emotion. Because, you've heard people say, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened, and I'm going to get emotional again. It's all about balance. It's not about squashing the ego or killing your ego. It's about holding space for whatever wounds or even your inner child that might come up that are triggered from whatever's in front of you, and give it the recognition, the recognition and the space that it has always needed, that maybe it was neglected and like rejected of in the past. You can now give that to yourself as an adult with the skills and the knowledge that you now have that you didn't have back then. So again, even though it's hard, do whatever you need to do for yourself. Quiet time, comfort, warmth, softness, physically or mentally. Trying to take your days a little bit slower or more gently. Maybe don't schedule so many outings for yourself back to back to back for the next couple days or weeks, whatever you might need while you're navigating through this and integrating the energetic benefits of the situation. Because even though it was hard, again, you can walk away with what you learned. You can walk away with the good memories. You can walk away with the lessons and the light bulb moments that it may have instigated for you in your own self when it comes to, like I said, patterns and cycles. So sending so much love to you. I hope that this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. You got this. You can do this.